Hello everyone, I'm Jacob Kauf and I'm the nerd on the street, and today we're taking a look at WPS Office for Linux. Alright everyone, so WPS Office emailed me asking me to take a look at their product. They did not offer me any money. They basically asked me to make a video in exchange for them posting it to their blog. And I almost said no, because WPS Office is not open source, it is proprietary, and on this channel I like to prioritize open source software. However, I thought about it some more, and even though WPS is proprietary, I have heard quite a few people, especially newer Linux users, on distributions like Ubuntu who use WPS. I've heard people saying that it works great for them on forums online, and I've personally never used it much myself. I tried it back when it was still called Kingsoft Office, which was years ago. And it is good to know what the competition is doing. Even if you're a LibreOffice user, it's good to be aware that WPS is out there so that when you're talking to people who use it, you know how it stacks up. So with that in mind, today we're going to be taking a look at WPS Office, and we'll see if they do share this video with their blog and social media pages. I'm going to try to be fair to the software. Basically, we're going to open up a couple of documents that I've created in LibreOffice recently, and we're going to recreate those in WPS, and we're going to look at how the user interface feels and how easy it is to do the things that I normally do in documents. So that's it, pretty simple. And with that, I'll cut to the desktop. All right, guys, and here we are on the desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and open up WPS Writer here to start with. This is the word processing software. As you can see, when we first open up the program, we get sort of a welcome screen. It's going to list recently opened documents, which of course I don't have any because, like I said, I don't normally use WPS. But we do have options to create a new document or open documents here. By the way, I was having a little bit of an issue with the dark theme on my system, making the dialog boxes in this program unreadable. I will just show you real quick. I fixed those by going to the application executable path and adding two items to it. First, I added an environment variable here, GTK2 RC files equals user share themes, Adwaita, GTK 2.0, GTK-RC. I added that environment variable right before the name of the executable for each program, and then after the name of the executable, I added this -style equals GTK plus. Those two options in your executable command combined will make the dialog box look a lot better if you're using Breeze Dark or other Qt dark themes like I am. But with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and click New Document here, and this is what WPS looks like. The first thing you're going to notice is that there's a ribbon at the top. This looks much more similar to Microsoft Office 2007 and up than LibreOffice does. Personally, I am a fan of ribbon interfaces. I never got all the hate for them. As strongly as I have defended LibreOffice in the past, I am a fan of the ribbon interface in Microsoft Office, and so I was very interested to see how all of this works. As you can see, I do have some Microsoft fonts installed here, such as Calibri. I do also have my own normal system fonts like Ubuntu. One of the things I do like about the ribbon in Microsoft Office is these preset formats here. For instance, we can just click header and start typing out the title of our document. So here I've got the test document that I created in LibreOffice Writer back when I made my Getting Started with LibreOffice Writer video. And we're going to start by recreating this document over here in WPS Office. So I'll just sort of split my screen here, kind of like that. It looks like we can scroll through our ribbon here, so that shouldn't be an issue. So we'll put our title here at the top of the page, and then we'll also have a subtitle underneath that. And it looks like our styles here do not include a subtitle. We've just got different sizes of headers. All right, I'm going to center this subtitle. And I don't know why there's so much space underneath the, wow, yeah, that's a ton of space underneath the normal header. Let's just customize that paragraph spacing here. All right, that's a little more normal. Let's make it even more normal than that. All right, yeah, I wouldn't exactly call that a sane default for how much space was underneath that main title. But we'll go ahead and add in heading 1. Heading 2, and yeah, they just want to put all kinds of space between these headings. Oh, it looks like the heading 2 was actually a different size heading. Heading 2. Heading 2. So underneath each of these headings, We will add in a bit of text. I don't want to retype all of this, so I will copy it, but I will paste it in without formatting so that we will do the formatting from scratch in WPS. Let's see if we can add that drop cap in here, that first letter of the paragraph being bigger. I right-clicked and went to paragraph. I don't see anything about drop caps in here. How about if we go to insert in our ribbon? Here we go, insert drop cap. Dropped. All right, so that's a drop cap there. We'll make the rest of this text a little bit bigger back on the home section of our ribbon. Bring that up to 12. Of course, we're typing in Calibri right now, which is the default font in Microsoft Word. We inserted a shape over in LibreOffice. Let's insert a shape here in WPS. So here's our shapes drop down, and we'll get a trapezoid. We'll put that here, and let's bring it upside down. We'll bring the angle in a little bit. That's nice and easy to use. Now I'd like to make this wrap around or inside the text. So let's wrap text tight. There we go. All right, that was pretty easy so far. We'll keep going here. And once again, I don't want so much space underneath each of our headers here. So we'll bring all of those down a little bit. We'll copy our content over for this next paragraph. All right, and I added a few links into this paragraph here over in LibreOffice, so we'll do the same thing here in WPS. To insert a link, I imagine we can just highlight our text, click Insert, Hyperlink over here. And in the address, this is rolling release, so that would be https://rr.knots.co. All right, and that link is inserted. And then we'll also insert a link to our Discord server here, hyperlink. So yeah, everything's very easy so far. It's just a text processor. I wonder if we can copy this image from LibreOffice, or if we'll have to, no, we can't copy that from LibreOffice. All right, I don't know where that exact image is stored on my hard drive right now, but I did find a similar one at least that I will drag in here. So I just dragged and dropped an image from my file browser into WPS. It says the picture you inserted is too large. Please compress it. Do you want to compress? So if I click no, then I can't put that. Oh yes, I can. All right. So I guess that was just a warning and not actually an error, because it let me put the image in even without compressing. I just do want to see, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to drag the image in again, once again from Dolphin, my file browser. It didn't even ask me this time if I wanted to compress or not. So that was interesting. We will wrap our text around this one as well, if we can. Text wrapping, tight. And we'll drag this up here. All right, that looks pretty good for what we're trying to do here. We'll continue on and adding our content. And I'm actually going to drag LibreOffice off the screen here, and I'm going to expand out WPS, but I'll still keep looking at the reference document off the screen. I just want to make sure you get an idea of what this looks like with the ribbon fully displayed and everything. So I'm going to copy and paste these headers so that I don't have to keep changing that bottom spacing amount. Oh, that didn't even work anyway. All right, I'll just have to keep going through. I wonder, can I edit these styles? Can I like right-click one of these? Yes, I can. All right, so I'm going to modify some of these styles. How do I modify? Here we go. So we can right-click on a style, modify style, and then we can change every individual aspect about that style down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the dialog box. We go down to Format and Paragraph. That's as if we right-clicked a paragraph and went to that option in our document. So we can change that spacing so that there's not so much ridiculous space underneath all of our headers. So now we can use that preset, and we only have one line of space instead of like 3 that we had before. So that's cool. I'll paste some more text in here, and looks like we do have a multi-page view side by side by default, which is neat. In the bottom right-hand corner of the window, we can zoom out, we can zoom in. I actually want the main title of this document to be a bit bigger. And I don't want so much space above that. There we go. And let's bring the subtitle up a bit as well. So we need to bring the spacing underneath the title down. And then the subtitle spacing. Let's go 5 pixels above, and then let's make this a little bit bigger as well. All right. So this is working very similarly to Microsoft Office right now, which I know is what a lot of people want. I want to see, can we get a single page view? I don't like that these are going side by side. I want it to zoom out, but not have the side by side thing going. Page width, and then scroll out. All right, see in Microsoft Office, I think you can sort of tell it not to go side by clicking page width and then zooming out. But that doesn't seem to be affecting anything here. Oh, there we go. I clicked one page and it went to a single page at a time. I want to insert a footnote in this document. So to do that, here was where the footnote was this one. I'm going to insert, what would this be under? Header and footer. I just want to make sure there's not a better way to do this first. All right, it looks like I can do what I want, a footnote, through the References tab here, which makes sense since footnotes are often used, although not exclusively used, for citations. So let's try this again. I'll go to References and insert footnote. There we go. Not actually a new planet. Cool, so now we have an actual footnote that only shows up on the page where the footnote is located at. If you see that little 1 here, that corresponds to the footnote at the bottom. Nice, so I'm assuming I can Control Enter, yep, to insert a new page. We'll insert a table. Looks like I did a multiplication table last time. I need 7 rows and 4 columns. And these top 4 rows I am going to merge. Merge cells, multiplication table. We'll select that and make it bold, a little bit bigger. We'll center that. And here we'll fill in. And we did just get an auto capitalization there, so I'll undo that. All right, there's our multiplication table, nice and simple. If I wanted to insert a bar graph for some reason in here, I can go Insert Chart, and that's a nice looking chart. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, that was super easy. Well, can we center the chart? Can I align the chart to the center of the page? I can change the style of the chart nice and easily. That's pretty neat. That's actually really nice, some of those built-in styles that they have. Wow, no, yeah, that's actually very cool. One that's not too flashy. Let's stick with this one for now. And I want to align this to the center of the page. Center, there we go. All right, and we've inserted a chart. So that's everything I had done in that LibreOffice video, and I've just replicated it all in WPS. This page aspect ratio looks a little bit off. Is this a United States sized page? Size, no, this is an A4 page. I need a letter sized page. And all I have is A4, A3, and then a bunch of stuff that includes Asian characters. So I'll do a custom page that is 8.5 by 11 inches. That is letter size, okay. We'll just adjust our picture here. Yeah, WPS Office is made by a Chinese company. I haven't noticed too many grammar errors. I mean, their website's not great in terms of grammar, but in the program itself, everything is fairly acceptable. So this is a document that we just created. I can go ahead and save this. I've created a folder just for this video. I'm going to call this WPS test document. And you notice the default file type is Microsoft Office.docx. We can save in WPS format, which is WPS Writer specific. We can save in .doc. There is no ODF capability in this program. You cannot read ODF files, you cannot write ODF files. You are locked into using Microsoft Word, which LibreOffice can open and save, .docx and .doc. We also have rich text format, and we can export to a PDF if we're wanting to actually publish something, but I would like to see ODF format. It's an open format, so there's no reason that you should not be able to implement that. If you're going through the extra work of implementing Microsoft's proprietary format, you should be able to implement an open format like ODF. But we'll save that docx document. Here in my documents folder, we've got it. So now I can close WPS, I can open it back up like that. So that's Writer. Very simple. I do like the chart presets, the formatting, and I do like the ribbon interface. I think the default styles could be a bit more polished. They could be a bit more usable so I don't have to go and customize them, but I do like the overall layout of this program. So that's Writer, and that was the main one I wanted to take a look at. While we're here, we will go ahead and take a look at WPS Presentation, which is of course the slideshow creator. My number one problem with LibreOffice Impress is there just aren't a lot of great templates for it. So I'm wondering if we can create a new document. It's not really giving us any options for templates at all here in WPS actually. It's just creating a blank presentation every time I click new. We can insert some new slides. Do we have different slide formats? Slide layout? Yeah, here's our slide layouts at least. So I can add my presentation by Jacob. I'll do by me. That's funnier. All right, so here's a little 3-slide presentation that we've thrown together. We can add some transitions in here. That's not a very good transition. Yeah, they don't really have any of the cool Microsoft Office 2010, and I think 2007 might have had them too, or maybe it's just 2010 where they added like the 3D transitions. Those are my favorite transitions to use in Microsoft Office that I miss when I'm using LibreOffice, and we don't have them here in WPS. All we have are these 2D simple animations and transitions. We can view our slideshow, which I'm doing a screen recording right now, so here's what it looks like on your other screen while you're presenting. If you've got a laptop screen along with a projector, you can have your notes on your laptop, which is nice. Oh, here's our templates. Okay, it's under the Design tab. I'm used to it prompting us in the other programs. We can import templates. Okay, but it only comes with about 8 of them. What does involved template mean? Oh, that's templates we're using. All right, so we've got a few templates, and honestly, these are pretty nice. Well, like that one's not great. This one's okay. This one's kind of dated. So we do have some templates to kind of make it look a little nicer. But I think for presentation software, having good templates is where Microsoft PowerPoint is currently winning. Aside from that, it's just making slideshows, which any old program can do. But once again, there's your WPS presentation program. And finally, we'll take a look at WPS Spreadsheets. We get the exact same welcome window here when we open it up, and we can click New Document. And here is where we can start adding numbers. So I can say 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm assuming if I wanted to format this entire column as, say, currency, I can do that right here with this drop-down currency. I'm going to insert one row amount. I'll do date over here, 1-1. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Let's see how easy it is to customize our date format, because I don't like 1-Jan, 2-Jan. I want it a little bit more natural. Format cells. Here, I'll do the standard United States. There we go. Well, we can even clean it up a little bit more from that. Month, day, year. That's good. All right, now let's select these cells. Let's insert a chart. We want a regular, I guess, a line graph. Okay, and it picked up our headers automatically. Now I'm not sure where it's getting, oh no, it didn't pick up the axes correctly. Select data, data of each row as a series. Okay, this is a bit nonsensical here. I'm gonna try inserting that chart again. I want a chart that shows my money over time right now, is what I want. Let's try moving this column over here. Delete this row or this column. Let's insert chart. We can insert the chart even easier than that here if we insert a 2D line graph. There we go. All right. So I guess I selected the entire column rather than just the ones with data in them, and the program understood what I was trying to do a little bit better. So now we've got this chart here, and I can continue 1.5. We're down to $1. Oh, it didn't update automatically. It's data. B6. There we go. And do we have a format painter here? Yes. Perfect. All right, so that spreadsheet software is pretty nice too. Overall, just from playing with WPS Office. Like I said, this is pretty much the first time I've ever used WPS Office. I've used Microsoft Word extensively at school and at work, and at home I always use LibreOffice Writer. So yeah, from playing with WPS Office for, let's see, about 39-40 minutes here, I can totally see why people like it. It's pretty much exactly like Microsoft Office. It doesn't have all of the built-in templates that Office has for formatting in Writer and for backgrounds and things in Presentation, but it's got a ribbon interface and it works in the Microsoft Office format. Am I going to switch from LibreOffice to WPS Office? Absolutely not, and the primary reason is because it doesn't open up LibreOffice ODT files. Another reason is because this is proprietary software, and of course I prefer to use open source software on my own system, but WPS, if you're listening, I'll be honest, I would be tempted to move from LibreOffice to this, but I've been using LibreOffice for years and I've got hundreds of ODT files and ODP files and ODS files sitting around because I've been using LibreOffice for years, and there's no way I'm going to go through and convert every single one of those manually to Microsoft format so that I can use your software instead of LibreOffice. I'm just going to keep using LibreOffice. But if you do implement ODF formats in the future, then I might consider using WPS Office, even though once again it's not open source, so I'd probably still prefer LibreOffice. From a functionality standpoint, if you were to implement ODF format support, then I would be pretty tempted. So yeah, if you're like me and you haven't tried out WPS Office before, hopefully that gives you a good idea of what it's all about. If you think this video was helpful to you, I would ask you to go to nerdclub.knots.co and consider joining the Nerd Club for just $3 a month. Help me make more videos about software running on Linux like this one. We've got some goals that we're working up to. We haven't had a new member in a little while. But for now, that's just about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions about WPS Office. But for now, I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm the Nerd on the Street, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.